Hello and welcome back to our Vlandian Knight series, and we're going to be speaking to this fellow who hopefully will give us the opportunity to help him with the task. So, well, if you know how to fight, yes, we could use help. A group of deserters is camped out near here. They come every few weeks demanding food and money. They've killed 2 villagers who resisted them. We asked our Lord Cervic for help, but his men never get here in time. Alright, we lay an ambush in the village. Alright, sure. I will wait, and we will hopefully be able to help them out. Now, there is the deserter party. Let me actually just take a quick look here, because we might have some... oh dear. Yes. I think we might have some issues. I think we might have some issues with these guys. Yeah. I think we're... I mean, we might be okay. We might be okay. I mean, I could have maybe persuaded them to actually not attack us, but I kind of wanted to fight, to be honest. I kind of wanted to fight. I think it's pretty fun. I think it's pretty fun to do so. But unfortunately, they do have gallants. They do have gallants, and they also have a champion as well. Those guys are heavy cavalry, very, very difficult to deal with. So I am a bit worried about that, to be honest. Alright, let's see if we can do something here. Unfortunately, it seems like the militia are literally just charging straight on in, which is not really the best idea, I gotta say. Okay, yeah, thank you, very good. Oh, nice, take out that crossbow. Okay, gotta be a bit, oh dear. Run! Yes, thank you. Okay, good distraction actually. Gives my people a good chance to eliminate the enemy. And the jumping is quite hard to get used to with the timing in Bannerlord in comparison to Warband. Because Warband, generally when you press the jump button, it happens immediately. But in this, not so much. But there you go. That is indeed a victory for us. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. And I'm actually kind of surprised that it was so simple. I suppose just because we outnumbered them so incredibly heavily, that might have been the reason, but I was very dramatically thinking that we would not be able to do anything here. Alright, so yeah, we'll just take the prisoners, there we are, and then we will move on. Okay, so, this is actually a pretty good shield, isn't it? I'm not entirely, yeah, seems like it's a pretty good shield actually, so I'm happy to equip that. And there you go. We have increased our relation with nearby notables, and we've also increased our tactics and our leadership skills, and we have honorably dispatched the brigands, which I very much like. Is there another one? Never mind. We actually had to go back and speak to the guy. Oh, okay, interesting. Here is what we've promised. 900 dinars. I hope this makes it worth the blood spilled. Actually, you know what? I'm actually not going to take the money. I'm going to be super honorable here because I want to try and increase my relation with as many people as fast as possible. So I'm actually going to say no. And look at that. We've gained 60 honor as a result of that. We gained 10 relation with the guy. We also gained a little bit of charm skill and some renown, which is exactly what we want to do. We want to have these kinds of situations occur. So there you go. Nice. Let's see if I can maybe recruit some people from here. There, look at that. That's really nice. We need to do some tasks for this guy, but unfortunately we don't have the ability to do that yet. So I instead will just move on to the next village because there is another task there. Oh, hello. Yeah, apparently there's another Sturgian war party here that really wants to murder Vlandia in more ways than one. Okay, extortion by deserters once again. Okay, well, I'm actually just going to wait here for some time. I've got to be a bit careful, though, because as you can no doubt see, while I'm waiting here, I'm actually outside the village, and I could potentially be attacked by Sturgian vassals. So we do need to be a little bit careful of that. I'm actually kind of surprised that the Vlandians are not defending this area very well. If they are able to take the castle, the Sturgians that is, then I will have to run away from this village, unfortunately. I don't think I'll be able to stick around here too much. Alright, let's go and speak. This seems like a really, really lucrative quest, So generally I'm tending to do it quite a bit in comparison. Okay, 25. Wow, okay. Apparently they say you need 25 of your most experienced men to be able to do this. I hope that it's not going to be a different... okay, it's actually not a different layout or anything like that. So we're just going to wait here for some time, and boom, there you go. So now we have even more troops because I actually had more people this time around. And we actually did level up. So let's see what I can spec into here. I've already specced into polearms quite significantly. Maybe we want to go for some charm skill. Charm skill generally is a very, very powerful thing to go for. We're going to go for some more vigor here as well. And there we go. Leadership and tactics are also going to be something that I will be going for. So I think what I will try to do is I'll level up my cunning just so that I want to get tactics, because tactics later down the line, for example, this is great. Cavalry deal 50% more damage because I'm going to have mostly cavalry in my army, I think, because Vlandia has a lot of cavalry. But again, I'm not only going to be using cavalry, I'm going to be using a mix of units. So generally, I will use Vlandian units as cavalry, Khuzait units as horse archers. What is a good infantry, actually? Maybe Azarai, they have decent infantry, I suppose. Maybe Empire. Empire have some pretty good infantry as well, maybe. But yeah, we'll see and indeed figure all of that out later down the line. So we'll see what happens with that. But otherwise, I'm just going to try and create one of the best compositions that we've ever seen in an army, or at least try to do that, because let's face it, I'm not really sure whether I will be able to on a permanent basis, because we're going to have war, you know, we're going to have war, and it is going to be very difficult for us to continually recruit from the same factions, because these factions are going to be, of course, enemies. And it is going to be a bit more difficult as a result to have access to those without being attacked by every single person in the area. Got to be a bit careful here. These guys do have a couple of polearms that are kind of dangerous to us, but thankfully we murdered him. Oh, nice damage. I actually really like the spear combat, which is really weird for me because if you know me from Warband, you'll know that I am not a big fan of spears in that, but in Bannerlord they have done a very nice job in making spears actually fun to use. And even though I'm still not exactly accurate with them, I feel a little bit more comfortable utilizing them than before. Anyway, we're getting some very small renown rewards here, mainly because of Bannerlord tweaks not actually being installed any further, as I mentioned in the previous episode. Bannerlord tweaks does a huge amount of stuff to your influence gain, renown gain, and all that stuff. So in this series, it's going to take a little bit longer for us to get to where we need to be. But otherwise, let's go and speak to this guy once again, because he's obviously going to give us our reward. 900 dinars is actually quite a good amount, but I think I'm just going to once again say no. Going to gain some relation with him, gain some renown and everything. I'm not entirely sure whether the honor really helps us that much, but I think it could, in the end, pay off. Alright, so we're in a battle against some enemy Stygian vassals. As you can no doubt tell from the combat strength at the top of the screen, we currently have a significant advantage. I mean, it is to be expected that that would be the case, because... Why? Why? I don't know why that happens to me every single time. Literally, getting hit by these skirmishers is my bane in this series so far, because, again, in the previous episode, I also got taken out in the exact same fashion. So it seems like when we fight the Stygians, I have to be very, very cautious in that regard. I just literally have to be hanging back a little bit and only attacking when I have an advantage or something like that. But I did gain 3 skill points in Charm, which I think is pretty cool, so I'm pretty happy about that. And, well, I guess that's kind of nice. Oh, set the upgrade to... Ah, yes. Perfect. Okay, so you can actually do Control-Click when you have this mod installed on the particular upgrade path, and then it will upgrade it into that every single time whenever you press that button, which is very cool. I like it. Okay, so we've also now got... What? How did I gain 39 skill points in tactics? What? How did that happen? I didn't do anything. I died literally instantly. Okay, sure. Fine. I'm happy with that, I suppose. 20% more renown from battles or +1 renown for each issue resolved. Now, here's the thing. This is an early game skill, and you're always going to be having battles, aren't you? You're always going to be having battles. So I think I'm always going to take this, even though +1 renown for each issue resolved is probably better early game. Because you're going to be getting much more renown from a flat value than you are from 20% more renown from battles, because your battles are going to be limited. But I'm going to take this just because it's more of a late game thing, and I'd like to try and make as much renown gain as possible. Okay, so let's see what else we can take here. These are just very simple, straight up upgrades. And I'm really surprised that tactics increased by such a huge amount. But saying that, I'm actually thinking of going for a massive amount of focus in tactics right now. And then we'll also just go for some additional endurance. As I've said before, I want to try and increase my riding skill as much as humanly possible, because that is going to result in us moving much faster on the world map. And indeed, it's going to make us a lot better at controlling our horse and so on. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Now, I'm going to go over to a lot of different villages here, even if they don't really have anything to really give us in terms of noble unit recruitment or anything like that. I just kind of want to try and increase the amount of relation that we have all over the place. And I'm also going to try and do some tasks for lords as well. And I actually exited the village without meaning to. Alright, so we're doing Family Feud, we got the guy, and we're now at the opposing party, I suppose you could call them, and we're now going to say, you're breaking the law, and we're going to see what we can do here. Now, we have really high percentages. I'm actually kind of surprised that we have such high percentages, but it could very well be because of the... Oh, I didn't click on Mercy here. Oh dear. Okay, this yeah, oh, okay. This is bad. This is bad. Okay, let's do this. Get him. Get him. Oh, dear. Oh, we did it. Oh, no, we didn't. He's dead. Why? Why do I always fail the Family Feud if I fail the Persuasion? It always happens. It absolutely always happens to me. I have no idea why. The Extortion by Deserters quest is very common by the looks of things at the moment, so that's actually kind of interesting as well. Anyway, we do have a number of prisoners that we can indeed recruit, and as I've said before, we're basically going to be recruiting pretty much every single unit that we can. And we'll just kind of separate the wheat from the chaff later on down the line when we have more of an adequate selection. So we'll do something that, like that, pretty much. And this is how you can tell that Bannerlord Tweaks is not installed, because literally I am at, let me see now. I'm just going to give you a small demonstration here. I'm at 35 riding skill, okay? Ride on the map with as much speed as possible. Fight on horseback, gaining speed bonus. That is how to increase riding skill. So riding on the map with as much speed as possible. Well, I'm doing that. I have 5 focus points in it. I have 8 endurance. And I am still not getting any skill points in riding skill. Now, I know that some people really like the slow leveling, but I think the majority do not. I think the slow leveling is fine. I don't actually have a problem with it, but I personally feel like it should be a little bit faster, just a little bit, because I'm literally, look at that, I literally charged into that guy with a pretty, in my opinion, a pretty decent speed bonus, and I'm still not gaining any riding skill whatsoever, which I am extremely surprised at. I really don't know what's going on with that, to be honest. But anyway, let's see if I can maybe get some riding skill with a couch. Okay, not a sofa, but a couch lance. Let's do this. Okay, still no. See, this is exactly what I mean. I did 470 damage to that guy, and I got no riding skill from it whatsoever. Let's see if I can just try once again and see if I can maybe get a little bit more. Nope. Nope, still increasing my polearm skill only. And this is exactly what I mean. I don't know why this happens, because personally, I don't know why. I mean, I'm literally fighting on a horse, I'm riding on a horse, and I'm still not gaining those things. It's very strange. Very strange indeed. All right, so I'm actually going to be taking, I think, Raise the Meek. Am I? +2 XP bonus to each troop per day to tier 1, 2, 3 troops. +1. I mean, it's +2 or +1. I mean, it really doesn't make any difference. I guess I'll just take combat tips, actually, because that might actually help us to advance tier 4 units as well. And tier 4 units might need the experience gain. Usually I take Raise the Meek, because leveling up lower tier units is useful. But now they've given it values, I kind of want to take the one that, well, I mean, it's only 1 extra, isn't it? So it basically makes no difference whatsoever, does it? Anyway, let's have a look. Okay, this guy's got Family Feud as well. Family Feud. I have a love-hate relationship with this quest, because sometimes it works absolutely perfectly, and other times it is literally like I am just... I don't even know. Like I am some kind of pariah, and everyone is just conspiring to make Mr. Bruce's journey the worst it possibly could be. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. All right, here we go. We're trying to talk to him. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Oh, are you serious? I did Mercy this time and it didn't work. Okay, I'll try the critical success. No, that's not going to work either. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to get off my mount and then we'll see if I can maybe do some damage this way. I don't know what really happens with Family Feud to me, to be honest. I am really, really bad at it. Really bad at it. I think I'm going to stay away from Family Feud in this case. I do not like the quest at all. I think that if you fail the conversation, you shouldn't automatically have just a hugely difficult fight on your hands, especially if you're on a horse immediately as well, and then you get surrounded by a bunch of guys, and especially early on, it's going to be quite difficult to deal with that. Maybe it's just me. I know that you can damage the leader, and then he will give up, and then you'll complete the quest. But in my opinion, I feel like that's quite difficult. Anyway, we're going to be doing the tournament here in just a second. Hopefully, I'll be able to restore my HP relatively fast, and then we can do it. Ooh, okay, what do we have here? Apparently, a castle was taken relatively recently, and they might very well be giving it to me. Let's have a look. No, as expected, they are indeed giving it to Dirthart. I did not want to spend any influence for me specifically because Cranorock Castle is very far away. And it would probably not really work out too well for me to do that. So I kind of just decided, hey, you know what? If they give it to me, then great. If they don't, then it's not a big loss. Not a big loss whatsoever. We're just going to be betting here. And this is literally a free-for-all. This is going to be kind of interesting. There is some nice armor here. Get him. Get him. I'm trying to stay at range here, if you can tell. I'm trying to stay at range so that he can't get into range to attack me. That is a strategy that we can indeed use. Who's this? It's a hardened crossbowman. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. Kind of amusing, though, considering... Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay, we've actually increased our one-handed... yeah, we increased our one-handed weapon proficiency by a pretty significant amount. This is a big brawl coming up here. I have a Are you serious? Why would you give me a crossbow? Oh, okay. I'm actually okay with it. All right. Got 2 skill. Are you serious? I have 2 skill, and I literally just killed a Vlandian champion. What is this crossbow? Have they made crossbows better? Because it seems like in the previous versions, I did not do very well with crossbows. I feel like crossbows were extremely inaccurate, very difficult to use, and now all of a sudden they're really What is this? I'm hitting with every single shot almost. Okay, there we go. There's a miss. That's a bit more like me. Thank you. And look at that. We took out his horse and everything. What? This is crazy. Have they made crossbows better? They might have, because I think a lot of people were actually saying, "Hey, what's going on with the crossbows? They're not getting any love whatsoever." Because it's true. Bad things were happening to the crossbows. So maybe they have done so. Oh no, a two-handed weapon. I am actually against the crossbowman, so shouldn't have too many difficulties, especially if I follow through on my attack and I'm just able to go boom, boom. And if you utilize the shall we say momentum, because momentum is actually a thing in Bannerlord as far as I can see, it really does help. Oh, nice damage. Unfortunately, not to the rider. Actually had the mount. Yep, there we go. There we go. Nice kill. Nice kill. I was a bit worried about that, to be honest, because usually the AI is really good at counter-attacking your couch lancers, and that's the reason why most of the time you might want to be a bit careful about couch lancing someone with a polearm. I was being a little bit cheeky there. A little bit cheeky. All right, so what I would like to do is I would actually like to do a little bit of smithing, just initially, to try and get some raw materials so that I can earn some additional cash, because that is the best way that you can earn cash in the early game, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. So what I'm going to do is I will be buying some hardwood. I'm not entirely sure how much I should buy, to be honest. Probably just about this. And then we'll go into the smithy real quick. We can turn this hardwood into charcoal, as you can see right there. And then we can also buy some wooden hammers, which I think is what I'm actually going to do. Do I want to recruit some people? I guess we'll recruit some more people and we'll see what happens with that. But otherwise, what you can do now is you can buy some wooden hammers. If you haven't seen the Botania Smith series, then you obviously won't know what I'm doing here. But basically what you can do is you can buy wooden hammers for potentially a cheaper price than what hardwood is, and then you can literally just get a huge amount of hardwood from that. You can also unlock additional smithing parts and stuff like that, and then you can do more of this. Unfortunately, I only have 100 smithing stamina because Bannerlord tweaks was also the thing that gave me additional smithing stamina, so now I run out of smithing stamina very, very fast, unfortunately. So it is going to take us quite a bit longer to pretty much get anywhere. But that's okay. That's not too bad. I don't really mind that too much. Oh, we did actually level up again as well. So what are we going to be going for here? Well, I think I'm probably going to go for some more tactics or charm skill. Probably charm skill is going to be good. We'll go and level up our cunning skill as well a little bit here. And otherwise, I think that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.